Welcome to another lawn mowing live stream. It is Monday, May the 12th, 2025, and I'm back at the house that I did the top dressing live stream on. So that I wanted to come here the following week here and do the mow. I'm doing the mow here a day early, just kind of mixing jobs that I have today. Went out to do a lawn with the turf tracer first thing in the morning, and then actually I had to wasn't first thing in the morning. I was actually delayed. Now that I think about it, actually the pull cord on the turf tracer was starting to fray, so I had to do a quick repair of that. I was going to go to the store to get a new pull cord, but then I noticed that it was only frayed about 6 inches away from where the handle is. So I decided that's probably enough because I never start the turf tracer that I use up all of the wound up cord. So I just cut off that 6 inch end and retied it and put the handle back on. Hardest thing was trying to get the knot outside of the handle. It's a weird design. They instead of being all the way through like the T handle part where the string for the pull handle would come through, it was solid on top and it was coming out of the side. So trying to get the knot outside of the hand, it was really strange. I had to actually take a drill. I tried for a long time trying to pull the knot out and couldn't get it. So I had to take a drill and actually drill the top of the little plastic handle that you pull start, like a replacement handle that you'd see with the pull cord, and pull the knot out that way because it's just a weird like 90-degree angle that they had the string in there, and once it's like knotted and stuff, it just wouldn't come out. At any rate, got this lawn here to do. This is the one that I did again that top dressing live stream on. So I'm gonna here the following week gonna do the mow, and let's get started. Turn my camera around. And grab some gloves. The other thing I'm doing today is I'm using the Exmark Commercial 21 V Series mower instead of the Crest battery mower. Just changing it up. I haven't used the Commercial 21 V Series yet this year, so I pulled it out last minute. Actually, I was just kind of loading up, and hopefully it should be fully charged now because the batteries were still kind of like winter mode, where I stored them for the winter and didn't even put them on the charger. But since I started using the Blue Eddy AC 180, this little guy right here, it's like a portable power station. So I was like, well, since I got this now, I can take the Exmark little charger and the Exmark battery, and it looks like it has fully charged during that first lawn I was doing with the turf tracer. So yep, it's got a full charge now. And what are we at here? We are 53% left on this. So this has a 1152 watt hour battery, and these batteries are 450 watt hours. So just under half of one of those, which is pretty good because normally with the Exmark Commercial 21, the V Series battery mower, that mower comes with two of those batteries when you buy them, and from my experience, I could get usually 4 houses done on a charge of that battery. So, but what I would find is I actually had a third battery for that one. And then sometimes, like during like the really heavy growth periods, I would need a fourth battery. So what I would do is I would mow with the first battery, and once it was discharged, then I would go. When I went to stop off at home, I'd go and use the washroom and I would throw that battery on the charger at home, and then continue mowing the rest of the day with the other two batteries, and then stop back at home in the afternoon and grab the what do I got on this one? 3 bars. Grab that battery to have like a fourth battery basically. So I would charge one during the day. So now I'll be able to just do it mobily instead of having to stop off at home and then go back at home to go grab it. When it's fully charged, I can do it basically in the truck. Also, with the Milwaukee batteries, it'll come in really handy as well. Even the large Milwaukee 12 amp hour battery is only 216 watt hours. So with those, you can, off that Blue Eddy, what EC180, it's got the capacity to recharge a 12 amp hour Milwaukee battery about 5 times. So should be perfect for that, especially when I get the Milwaukee mower to test out. Still waiting on that. So that'll be kind of like the perfect little scenario. And then, yeah, so it just depends on the size of your batteries. In terms of charging and charging speed, all depends on what charger, which specific tool charger you're using, and how fast those particular chargers are. So of course, how many amps that those tool chargers are charging at. So will be what affects how fast a battery charges. So like those X Mark ones, they're only 5 amp hour chargers, so not the fastest. It takes about an hour to hour and a half, I would say, to charge one of those batteries. But doing it mobily would be nice. And then my favorite thing about a system like that is that even that Blue Eddy one, the C180, is expandable. They have supplemental batteries you can add on to that system to make your capacity bigger. And then they also, something I'm going to probably try out at some point, is they have a specific vehicle charger that, and it comes in a kit with all of the wiring. It comes with like 16 feet of wiring, and it's a special charger that connects directly to your vehicle's alternator. Well, it connects to your vehicle's battery, but from that it's coming obviously through your vehicle's alternator, and that allows you to be able to charge that Blue Eddy up to 500 watts of charging capacity, which is really fast. So that's nice because you could, like right now when I'm sitting and mowing the lawn, if had a battery that was charging, it would be charging on the power station itself using the internal battery. But then throughout the day, every time I get into the truck and drive to another client's property, or sometimes you get stuck in traffic or whatever, all that time that our alternator charger system is on, and it's always topping off the Blue Eddy. So really cool. You can also, with that power station setup, solar panels Now Blue Eddy makes little solar panel kits, but it's more for like the ones that they have are like little portable ones for like camping and stuff that you unfold. But it will work with any uh, standard solar panels as well. So you can get like house sort of solar panels, like one of my friends, Steve from Solar Punk Yard Lawn Care in Florida, where he's got a whole bunch of house. I think he's got like 5 or 6 um, house solar panels on top of his enclosed trailer. Of course, he's in Florida, so that makes sense. And he has that charging his system, his solar battery charging system. So lots of cool options. Took kind of a risk today with just grabbing one battery for that X-Mark mower and charging on the go with no backup battery. Because of course when I decided I wanted to do that, I was like, okay, well I can throw the batteries on the chargers so that they're ready for tomorrow. And then I remembered, well, wait a minute, I can still go out because I have 2 chargers, 2 of those little 5 amp hour chargers. Like I could take one of the chargers with me, keep one at home charging one of the other batteries, and then still use the mower today because I had that turf tracer job to do first anyways. So I was like, that should technically give me enough time to charge the battery. Client said they were going to spray all of these. It doesn't look like they've done it yet. They look still healthy and green. Put them up a little bit. Oh, I also got the little portable tripod I was talking about, so I can take the camera off my chest mount thing or neck mount, and then put it on the little tripod. Blow all this debris off first. So I will set that up in a second. The wind is picking up. I will have to be careful then with that little tripod. It's not the most stable. It's very portable. It's not the most stable. So I might have to watch that because with the wind right now, that would probably knock the phone over. So let's let's see, we'll give it a try, but what I'm going to do is I'll make sure I set it up like on the lawn. So if it does fall, if the phone falls over because of the wind, then this is not going to smash on the sidewalk or something and crack my screen. I just like blowing the debris here. This is water bottle. Somebody left the water bottle there. And let's see if this X-Mark mower will come alive. Should have really tested this at home first, but the only thing I don't like about this mower really, well, there's two things. Actually, three things, I don't like the handle of the X-Mark mowers. They're just plain metal tube. It's not very ergonomic. Height adjustment isn't the best. I like the rear. The rear is good, but the front, having to remove the wheels to do that. So let's see. Pull the battery off that power bank. So again, got a fully charged battery there. We're at about 52% on that. Let's try it out. That's the other thing I don't like about this mower is it doesn't quite fit in my trailer. So it keeps this little bumper guard or motor guard here. It just clears the bottom of that shelf there. So that bumper guard slides under that. So what happens is the mower keeps banging into the shelf there. And of course it's just this plastic area. That's why you can kind of see it's kind of scuffed up and worn here. But sometimes it'll push this plastic lip in and then I can't open this. I gotta grab it from the sides where it's like the hinges and to be able to kind of pop it. So I gotta figure out a better solution to do that. So let's see, hopefully this thing turns on. Oh yeah, we're good, we're golden. Okay, so height on this, these should be 2.5. Yeah, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Same with that side, and then the back. Probably gonna do this at 2.5 as well. 2, 2.5. So we are good to go. This client likes, one of the rare clients that I have that likes their lawn mowed taller, which is nice. Usually, you always get the clients that are, can you mow it shorter? Can you mow it shorter? This is one of the ones that's like, can you mow it taller? Very rare to have somebody want you to mow it taller. So that's a good first test of that Blue Yeti EC 180. It did not leave me stranded here. It fully charged the battery in the time that it took me to, well, again, it has nothing to do with speed, it's just providing power. But I was able to have enough time to charge the battery in the time that it took me to mow the last lawn with the turf tracer. The battery wasn't fully discharged though. I think it was down to like, of the 4 bars, it was down to like 1 bar that I store it for like the winter. So keep this a bit taller. Yeah, the mower automatically kicks on itself. See here, let me a little area and we'll see if I can put the tripod, that little tripod that I got. This little guy here. It's kind of handy. It's got like a Bluetooth remote that comes off as well. It just kind of opens like that and lets you like extend it. So that should be able to work with this, and we already know that the ISO Tunes Link headset will stay connected. It's just a matter of the wind. Now, let's see here. And if I turn that a little bit, I can probably just that a bit down. We'll see if that works. That way, if it falls, at least it's gonna fall on the grass with the wind. The wind catches the phone like a sail. I've got an iPhone Pro Max model, so it's pretty big, pretty top heavy when you put it on a tripod like that. I will say one of the positives about this Exmark mower versus the Crest is definitely the cut quality is better. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the chat and I'll check them out when I grab the phone again. See where we're at here. Can we turn this around a little bit? I don't know if that's going to stay. It looks like it's tipping forward, but we'll see. This mower has a slower ramp up. When you press the on button, you kind of hear it. I think that's because it's basically exactly the same as the gas version. So the transmission on this is the same transmission as the Exmark Commercial 21 gas series, which means it has a belt going around from the electric motor to the transmission. So that's where that kind of ramp up time I think is happening from, is as I'm starting off and going, that it's got to turn that belt. Sun's peeking out again. This is just a short little mow, this one, of course. Just doing some lawns that I'm trying to get done for this week. This lawn is a Tuesday mow. The one I did this morning is a Tuesday as well. I'm doing them today to get a head start. I've got some other clients, some new lawns I'm going to be adding on Wednesday. So I'm just juggling some of my Tuesdays today to make room for tomorrow so that I can fit some of the Wednesday morning ones a day early, just so I can see. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do those new clients on Wednesday, squeezing them in. They're in the same. They're both of them are neighbors of one of my. Oh, I went over here. I was thinking the camera was still pointing in the first direction. Both of them are neighbors of one of my regular clients, so I have to do them on a Wednesday, obviously. It doesn't make sense to not do them on a Wednesday. And I'm not sure exactly how long I'm going to be mowing one of them. One of the clients is they are, sorry, just getting my train of thought. One of the clients is a client, they're next door to one of my regular mows, but I only ever do like aeration, fertilizer, stuff like that for them. They just sold their house, so he usually mows his own lawn, but what happened is that they're downsizing to like a condo association, so they don't need to mow anymore, so he's giving away his Honda push mower to a family member. So he asked me if I could do 2 mows for them. And then, so that'll be the first and second week of June for that one, had it on Wednesday. And then the other client is across the street from both of those, my regular client and this temporary one. And take a risk here. Hopefully no gust of wind comes. That one, they ended up not feeling well last week, so they went to the hospital and then found out that they had to have, I think it was like gallbladder or something removed. So they asked if I could take over their lawn, since I'm across the street from my regular client, and if I could do that one, possibly for the rest of this season as they recover. So that's that one. Ooh. Again, that wind makes me nervous. The this little tripod, it's not really too stable for doing stuff where it's on the sidewalk like it is. Oh. Again, don't want to risk cracking my screen because that's a pain. Uh-oh, big breeze, big breeze. I'm like frozen here. Frozen here. That's looking pretty good. That one. So let me just put this, send that back. Close up my little tripod. Take that off. Easily comes apart there. And that's it for that one. So, no questions on this one, it looks like. But yeah, so far, first day out with that little Blue Eddy. Like I said, I was taking a chance with that power station. Not having used it before, other than checking it out over the weekend. And then going, hey, it'd be nice to be able to take the mower out, the X-Mark mower, and use that, since I haven't used that since, probably last spring. Was it last spring? Can't remember exactly. At any rate, it was like partway through last season. I think I stopped using the X-Mark and then started using because I was using the X-Mark full-time, and then I wanted to use the Crest full-time and get that same kind of experience. Plus, I believe I got the X-Mark the season before. So in 2023, towards the end. So I got to experience that first fall with the X-Mark. So last year I wanted to experience a fall with like wet leaves and stuff with the Crest. So now I've done that. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to switch it out since I've got this onboard Blue Yeti AC180 portable power station that I can charge batteries easy with. I'm going to switch out and go back to using the X-Mark for a bit, at least until the Milwaukee mower arrives. Apparently they are back ordered, so I'm really wanting to get my hands on one of the Milwaukee mowers and try that out, and just see if I can run my entire lawn care business, because, well, I can't say entire, because probably 90% of my lawns I do with a push mower, but then there's a little bit there that have to use the big mowers, and I don't have big battery mowers. I only have the gas powered, like the Navigator and the Turf Tracer. So, but essentially I wanted to see if it was possible to run a lawn care business just using Milwaukee stuff. That is kind of my goal for this year, to see see how that goes, do some testing with that. So of course I've been using the trimmer. I know how that works. I've used the handheld Milwaukee blowers in the past, the single battery one. I used that for an entire season 1 year. That was not an issue. Now with the dual battery, that one is amazing. I love that little handheld dual battery Milwaukee blower. I've got the backpack blower now. So we'll see. That one, of course, works fine, as you can see, for today, but the true test will be obviously in the fall with wet leaves and all that sort of stuff, to see how many batteries and stuff you'd have to go through, and then of course the mower would be it. But all the supplemental stuff, hedge trimmers and things like that I've been using for years have been all Milwaukee. Chainsaws have been all Milwaukee for the last few years. I actually sold all of my gas-powered hedge trimmers, gas-powered chainsaws. I sold 2 of those in the fall, got rid of those. I sold all my gas-powered handheld blowers and backpack blowers. I sold 5 different blowers over the fall, and just only have battery-powered stuff. Now, the only thing I have left in terms of non-big mowers, so I have the X-Mark Navigator, I have the turf tracer. The only other things that I have that are still gas, of course, is my power rake, my aerator. Um, I have an Echo bed redefiner. I sold all my 2620 trimmers. I sold a 2620 straight shaft edger. Literally the only thing that I have Echo left is a bed redefiner that I used one time. And what else? Oh, and an old chainsaw that I found. It's really cool old vintage Echo chainsaw. One of the very first chainsaws that they made. Um, I found it on one of my client properties with a free sign on it one day when I was out mowing, and it still works. Things like 30 years old. Super cool, all metal, like really old school chainsaw. I threw that up on Marketplace too, just to get rid of it. I was holding on to it. I was going to use it as like a decorator piece in my garage and stuff, but um, I don't know. I thought I would just throw it on Marketplace and see, just to clear out some clutter and stuff. But that's all I have left for gas-powered equipment. It's mainly just the big mowers that I use on a day-to-day basis. The aerator, power rake are just a couple times a year that you're using, like seasonally. Um, twice in the year for the aerator, spring and fall for all the clients, and then the power rake is just in the spring for certain clients. So yeah, that's about it for me in terms of that. It's just all battery power stuff that I'm working towards switching. I would love to test out some large battery powered mowers. A little bit more difficult to to work with brands for that stuff, just because the cost of that stuff is um, like it's pretty darn expensive. Um, so a lot less companies are willing to partner up with stuff like that. But you never know. There's always a chance that be able to try something out like that. And the other thing is like finding one that would fit. So like a 36-inch mower, I think is as big as I would want to go. So like a standard or something like that. To be able to get like the maximum testing time, I could use it on them. The most amount of houses would be either a 32 or a 36. 32, I'm kind of leery, even though the size would be awesome. But the weight would be probably a lot heavier than even that Exmark Star stand-on that I had. And that one, because of the little, being a 32, they have the really skinny tires. And we just get so much rain here that the ground is soft and it's a lot of weight. And then you do a battery one and it's even crazier. At any rate, I think that is going to be it for this one. Just trying to think if I can. Time is it? Again, it's kind of tricky today because it's Monday. It's 2:00, and I'm just doing a bunch of Tuesday ones early. So I'm just trying to think whether I want to do another one today, another one of my Tuesday ones. Which it's kind of iffy. It's a nice day though too, so maybe I'll do another one. But it's going to be a little bit of a drive, so I'll probably just end the stream if I'm going to do that, and then start up another stream at the next house. So I'll figure it out and see. If you guys are interested in checking out more of these lawn mowing live streams, I'm trying to do them at least each of the days that I'm out mowing or have specific certain jobs. Again, very difficult. I can't like advertise like when I'm going to be on there to join me or anything, so it's always going to be impromptu. So many variables with cell signal and areas and people that are outside and all that sort of stuff that make things difficult. But at any rate, is what it is. Thanks for joining me today on this one, at least this little tiny front yard only. I think they have a swimming pool at this house in the back or something, so that's why I've actually never been in the backyard or past the front yard on this property. I've been here for it's probably the 4th or 5th year that I've been mowing this one. So it's a nice easy one, nice little easy front yard. I would do these all day long if I, could get a ton of these ones. Super simple, just front yard only sort of ones, just perfect. Love it. Super profitable on this type of property versus doing bigger ones that, exponentially, yeah, you're getting paid more money on the other ones, but when you consider how fast you can zip through one like this and you're making maybe two-thirds of the same price, I'd rather do ones like this. And I've got a few of them. I've got like three or four houses that are like this that is just front yard only. And that's why I'm like I would love to do all of them like this, just front yard only, just zip in and out, quick and easy. Little ones to do, just super profitable versus like the really big properties where, like that farm property that I'm at, um, it's probably three times the price. Is it three times the price? Yeah, it's about three. Eh, it's just over three times the price of what I charge for this one, but that's like an acre, right? But there's like an upper limit on what you can charge for those bigger properties before people are like, you want to charge me, how much, right? Versus a small one like this, it falls under the minimum charge and all that sort of stuff. People are understanding of that, so you can, knock off these small ones and do a ton of them in the amount of time it would take you to do one of those really large ones and be more profitable overall. So I think that's it for this one. Looks like the neighbor across the street is going to be mowing their lawn. She's trying to side discharge her lawn, but it doesn't sound like it's running too good there. Heart needs to have like the RPMs are like way too low on that thing. She needs to crank up those RPMs. The grass is like tall in areas, and it's like sounds like it's choking out. At any rate, thanks for joining me, guys. Appreciate you guys joining in on this live stream. Keep tuning in if you want to see updates and how this Blue Yeti power station holds up throughout the weeks and months in lawn care. Yeah, really, really liking the unit though. It's a nice unit. I've got a full video here on my YouTube channel. I just put out this weekend on like a close look at this power station if you guys are interested about the details. But generally just a nice little compact unit. 1152 watt hour battery is kind of the basics there. Multiple ways to charge it. And just a handy little thing if you're into battery powered tools. Because again, it's brand agnostic, right? So it's you can use anything, right? Whether you're using Milwaukee tools or Crest tools or Toro tools, it's just a generic power station that you charge in advance and take it with you, and then you can plug. It's got 4 outlets on it. You can plug up to 4 different chargers on it and have your batteries charging for whatever tools that you're using, and just really economical solution versus buying brand specific stuff. So for example, that power station there, 1152 watt hours. If we look at, say, like the Crest stuff I was using last year, the mobile charger that they sell, so you have to have the regular charger that you plug into the wall. So I believe that's like $1,000. And then you have to have batteries, of course. The mobile charger is a separate charger. It does not charge batteries on its own in terms of like you can't plug that one into the wall. It only works to charge the small Crest batteries mobily using another big battery that you have to buy on top of that. So that charger I think is like $1,200. I'm quoting Canadian prices. So that charger is like $1,200, but then the battery that you need for that, the Cyber Capsule, is like $2,700, and that battery is 1,500 watt hours. So it's only about 400 watt hours. It's about the size of these, this Xmark battery that I showed at the beginning of this. It's one of those bigger in, than the battery that's included in this. So this is 1152 watt hours. The Cyber capsule battery is 1500 watt hours. So it's about 400 watt hours bigger. But you need the charger. You need that battery for 2700. You need the charger for another 1000. And then you can still only charge that with Crest, small Crest batteries. That's the only thing you can do with it. We're buying a portable power station. It's generic. This unit is like $799 for the whole package, including, a 1800 watt inverter that's built into it. You got 4 plugs. You can use this on the weekends for camping or tailgating or whatever the case be. You plug in any of your tool batteries into it and charge the batteries on the go. So it's just a much more economical way. Of course, you don't get the 15-minute charging and stuff that you would get with buying the Crest version. But you could still take that original Crest charger, the big one that plugs in, and charge and use that plugged into this to charge batteries quickly as well. So yeah, just really neat. I'm really excited about this unit and seeing how it works, because I think for a lot of people it's going to work well. Joshua Marginson says hi. Hey Joshua, how's it going? Thanks for joining in to the live chat. I am just wrapping up here. Got to head either to the next house, or I'm going to wrap it up again for the day, possibly. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. Maybe I'll go do one more since the weather's nice, because it is supposed to start raining a little bit. So I could squeeze in one more, but I'll have to start that as a separate life